Good morning to you, or good afternoon, or maybe even good evening. My name is Nick. We're on the Commodore 64. I'm looking at a game. That's a surprise. This one is Super Snake. There's no such thing as a snake. Super Snake Simulator. This is going really well. Yes, Commodore 64, published by Alternative Software in 1988, coded by Sean Southern, and Andrew Morris was involved as well. Those two certainly do get around. It's a snake game. You might recall Snake from an old Nokia phone if you're old enough. My first experience of these sort of games was Snake Pit on the Commodore Amiga, which was very slow. So I'm this snake here, and I must collect... Right, now, question mark, what does that mean? Right, you see at the bottom we've got score, then len is 7. We need to get that up to 20, and these numbers denote how far it's going to go up. And there's power-ups as well that make the snake go quickly, which isn't always easy. Right, okay, the controls feel a bit sluggish on this one. Maybe it's going to take a while to settle in. So I'm on level 2 already. You can see len is 5. I need to get up to 25. Got it 8, 3, let's get it up to 11. Yes, bingo, the thing can add up. Don't know what question mark does, something at random. Now, if you had this game back in the day, then let me know. It's going to get trickier and trickier. So like we just go left, up and down. But when I press left, it seems to be a split second to when it actually does it, and vice versa. So getting up to the edges of the screen might be a little bit dangerous, but stage 2 done already. Now, this isn't about expert gameplay. A couple of obstacles now thrown in. That's in how you would have got on the game with the first or second go. Would have been enough there as a newbie if you want to go and play it again. I'm rattling through this. What's going on? Right, it's gone to green. This is making my eyes go a little bit unusual. Right, 1, 2, F is finish, I think. Just it's like a teleport right to the end. I like in this game only because I'm good at it, so I'm a bit biased straight away. So I've gone black and white. Right, put your favourite snake type game below. It might be that one from the old Nokia phone. It might be something else. See, look, I did left, and it was a split second too slow. Right, so the background's changed. The music is okay. Oh, you can do diagonal as well by the looks of things. Well, we won't want to muck about a diagonal. That can get really awkward then. 13 of 30 on level 5. We've got 4 lives left, I think. Snake's 4. High score 212. I'm on that now because I'm the only person that loaded it. Now keep away from those. Keep away from those. If they are indeed power-ups, they're making your whole life worse. Snake is gradually going quicker. If we crash into our own tower, we're doomed. If we crash into the side, we're doomed. If we crash into the obstacles, we're doomed. If my house blows up, we're also doomed because I can't upload it. Level 6. Oh, never mind. Right, this seems fairly straightforward. Number 5. Look, 3 right in the corner. See, the controls of this are poor. It's an addictive game, but I think it might be the poor controls that make me more addicted to the thing. I don't know what the scores were back in the day for this thing. I'm kind of liking it. It's moving quite fast. It's quite smooth as well. As I said before a few times, it's terribly let down by the controls, but they might have done that on purpose. Who knows? If you know, then let me know. Now, if you watch this far in the video, please consider subscribing. As usual, huge thanks to people that subscribe so far, because it means you're just as crazy as me, or even more crazy. And massive thanks to the members as well. If you want to subscribe, well, hit the subscribe button. You know what to do. Oops, number 1. Right, now it's getting pretty awkward because this is a big number in the way. If you are a big number, then comment below. 5. That's a big number. I can't put any numbers much higher than that. How many lives I got? I got 1 snake left. Oh dear, I just splashed straight into that in game mode. Well, for a first go, that was quite impressive. And this music at the start's good. Feels a bit oriental, like Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. Something like that. Good. I think I want to play this a lot, actually. I would have sworn a little bit. Steering lag, but it's a good one. It's quite nice. I would guess it didn't score very well back in the day. I'm watching this with rose-coloured spectacles on and liking it for that. But yes, it takes us back to 1988, maybe a bit late for this sort of game by about a couple of years. It was a lot quicker than Snake Pit. Check that review of that on the Commodore Amiga. Reviewed many years ago, that one there. It's not really a snake game, Snake Pit. It's got a snake with a longer tail, but it's collecting pellets, and it just can stop. All the other snake games, they continuously move all the time. Using quite a lot of the Commodore 64's palette from screen to screen. It's not boring at all. It's moving at a heck of a lick. And if you had it on your phone, I expect you'd still be playing the thing. If you've got a real Commodore 64 or a Commodore 64 Mini, or indeed just emulation, I think it's worth having this one as a knock around a bit. It is busting a bit of stress on me, but remember to steer left or right or diagonally maybe a split second than you normally intend. You can get used to it, and I'm getting used to it a little bit. So, you know, that's not a biggie now I'm there. It's just if you have to make a last split-minute decision, and if some of the last levels have got enemies going up and down, that could then get a little bit painful. Right, it's blue. My main interest would here be seeing what colour the screen was next time round. We aim the reviews to be about 10 minutes, but sometimes I forget if I'm enjoying the game. There we go. Or there's long load times. I tend to edit it down. But there's no load times with this at all, because what the hell would it be loading? Nothing much. This game come out now, and the Commodore 64 existed now as a thing. On the mainstream there'll be DLCs. You can get a snake with a hat on, and all celebrity voices and all that. But now this is just basic stuff where it never updated. The game you bought was a game you had forever, unless you put it in the attic or something happened to the tape or disc. Yes, you know, I think we've all had that game where we sort of like liked, and then they done an update on it, and a bit of that we did like is no longer there, and we said, I had a racing game like that. It's pretty good. I haven't done a review of it. Monoposto F1. I think it's an app. I still play it every now and again, but and it does look very advanced. But I like some of the early ones. It's free as well if you want to get the demo there. If you're liking your Commodore 64 stuff, a lot of people know what I'm going to say already. Yeah, they are in the playlist there. If you click my username, it takes you to the channel page, and Commodore 64 will be there if you click on the playlist bit, along with a load of other systems. We have reviewed quite a few Commodore 64 games now, not as much as the ZX Spectrum, but over 100 I think. If you want to see the reviewed games so far playlist, that's like a compilation of everything we've done. Do it in blocks of 50s. When we get to a 50 or shortly after, I would do a bit of a summary. It takes a while to put those videos together. But if you want a big nostalgia fest, go to that playlist, reviewed games summary. Yeah. Well, you might want to select your favourite system as well. You might want to go for all of them. It'll probably take you ages to get through there. Yeah, 50 games with 30-second snippets of me talking over the top, one after the other. Right, now, I'm getting better at this number one. That's 5. Oh, dear. Come on, Nick. Just at least get off this section. Don't worry about going diagonally. That's a hindrance. But if you want to showboat and be flash, I want big numbers here. I want big numbers. I want a 10 to tell. So I've got 11 of 30. Don't want to glance too much down there. Question mark. What's that going to do? I've missed it. Oh, hell's bells. Right, let's get it. Right, we've got it this time. Oh, that was just one, and as I was looking down at one, I crashed into the side. Like the nincompoop I am, B and 1. What does that mean? Sounds like a vitamin. Don't know what B did. Maybe it made my tail shorter, maybe. 3. Right, that's 9 of 30. Keep an eye on that for me. We're on level 7. That's the furthest we've got so far. 1, that was hardly useful. You don't have to get all of these, because they will like quickly regenerate. So if you see 1 in a tricky position, you might want to avoid that. Yeah, not sure what B's doing. 14 of 30. 1, that's pointless. 4, that's useful. Come on, give me a lot of 5s. Ooh, that was flash. Another 5. Another 5. It's giving me a lot of 5s like I asked for. Well done. Points, gods. What are we on? 27. That'll do. Yay! I've got off the section. Right, level 8. No rest for the wicked. That's like running a YouTube channel, that is. Right, it's all gone pinky red. Maybe you want some of those sweets. Right, anyway, you know those chew sweets, I can't remember what they're called, but anyway, you might know. This game is addictive, it does what it says. If you wanted a snake game, this is certainly a snake game. It's one of the better snake games. Although I said the controls are poor, you can get used to it eventually after a few goes. But yeah, it's not bad. This I would elate it. I wouldn't like to pay any serious money for the thing, but if it was on eBay, I expect it to be quite expensive now. It's one to get a big nostalgia fest on. Everyone knows the game. Snake, but there it is again. Huge hit on the Nokias. So I got a bit further. One more go for fun. But you know what I think of the game already and how it loads. It should be, or how it plays. It should be easy now. We start off in the brown. I'm mucking about with diagonal. I'm showboating with this little worm. Right, 5. Good. If you're still there, then well done you. That means you like the channel. Help it grow into something that's got 1 million subscribers. Some channels just spring up and they get 1 million subscribers quite quickly. I'll never quite work out why. But there we go. My one is hard graft. Sometimes channels spring up and they copy what I'm doing and they get bigger than me quite quickly. And I can't work that out either. Might be some skullduggery going on. It might be just the way the YouTube algorithm works. You can't get bitter. I wish them well, and I just move on doing my thing, stress busting and all that sort of stuff. Level 2, nice and easy too. So 2 easy levels to get you started. It's a nice gentle learning curve, so a big thumbs up for this one. I'm really liking it. If you like games a bit like this, it's not quite like this, but it's got some similarities. It's a Squirm on the Commodore 64 as well. You're more in like a Pac-Man maze with that one. There we go. I don't think you control the snake as such, but you get to eat it at some point, right? Biff, I think. I might be remembering that wrong. Right, level 3, bricks with an X. Where did that person go to school? Yeah, don't bump into the obstacles, you will die. I don't think this tune is anything in particular. It's just a random funky tune. Right, so it's yeah, Sean Southern, Andrew Morris. There we go. Good, well done them. Put a few games together, those two, I think. Whee, see? Although it's not necessary to do diagonals, I do feel quite good when I actually get one and get a number at the same time. If you've got friends around the house, you might want to show off, make them look average. Right, 5. That Len, if indeed it does say Len, gets higher and higher each time. That's the total you're looking for, if you haven't got it so far. 5. Right, 19 of 30, there's 3, if I can turn around in time. Oh, I couldn't turn around in time. Quite generous with the lives as well. It's not just one life and it's game over. Got a few there. Time is going quite quickly. I think I've already been speaking for over 10 minutes on this, which was essentially quite a basic game. But yeah, good backgrounds, good graphics, good music. Is it? Well, it's good sounds. It's enough for me. It's addictive. Controls, well, rubbish. But, you know, I've seen worse, especially in basic on the ZX Spectrum, but they had compilers quite quickly, so they got rid of that. You will see some games in basic. You have to live with it a little bit. I don't think Super Snake Simulator come out on the ZX Spectrum. If you know better, let me know. This one's like Laser Snake, Laser Snaker, things like that. They had like power-ups too. This is trying to keep it as basic as it possibly can, and it's retaining the fun. Retaining the fun. I like this black and white stage as well. You wouldn't be able to tell that if you was on a black and white TV back in the day. Imagine that. People don't understand black and white TVs. Yes, if you're a young'un, there used to be a black and white TV and a colour on TV. You paid less money for a black and white TV licence. You can't get black and white iPlayer, unfortunately. That doesn't exist. Imagine that. Full colour internet or black. Well, let's not give them any ideas. You don't want an internet fee. Well, we do, don't we? A broadband fee or whatever it is you've got. You might have dial-up. If you're watching this on dial-up, you've probably been watching this particular video for the last 4 days as it slowly buffers its way through. Let me know if you are doing that. Good. Mind you, if you're a worm in the ground, you might not have much resources, so you might be on dial-up, it's possible. Yeah, or some people got it in remote places, but it does what it got. If you're someone that just sends emails, I don't know if dial-up is actually offered as a thing anymore, is it? Anyway, it made that noise. I've got a bit of a nostalgia buzz on dial-up on the internet. It made that sort of like noise that you didn't hear since ZX Spectrum days. Fantastico. This is definitely my last go. Maybe I'll complete the game this time. I'm not quite sure how many levels it's got, but enough so you wouldn't complete it on your first go, and enough to keep coming back there. Don't know any cheats for this one, but I expect there will be. Infinite lives or anything similar. Snaking away. Blue and white patterning on him, so I don't know if he's an anaconda or maybe a boa constrictor or a feather boa constrictor, but one of the two. Number 1. And this is where I had difficulty last time, because it's forcing you to go to the far edges of the screen, which up to this point you didn't really have to. You saw any numbers, you could just ignore them because it's not on a time limit if they were too near the side, and wait for some fuller in. So this is the one where the first one where it first gets sort of tricky, and you need to master the controls, which I've sort of done now. The sort of thing I say before I collide into the side. Missed it again. And I collided into the side. Well, there you go. Game over, game over. Well, I've shown you enough of that. I quite liked it for what it's worth. It's not blowing the world away, but it represents the Snake quite well. Controls, as I say, completely rubbish. But once you get used to them, you can let a lot go. So I hope you liked having a look at that one. That was Super Snake Simulator, published by Alternative Software in 1988 on the Commodore 64. If you want to comment out this game, similar games, Snake, or anything retro, then by all means put that in the comment section below. I love reading your comments, and that's what makes the channel go. So, till next time, take great care of yourself, and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.